Alrighty everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am your host, the notorious H.I.M, and I am back with a banger Wi-Fi battle for you guys here today against the man, the myth, the legend, Haydunn. I was able to battle him on stream, so thank you so much Haydunn for the inspiration to my own channel. Thank you so much for the battle, and I greatly appreciate it. This one is going to be a banger for you guys, so check it out. If you haven't done so already, please rate, comment, and subscribe. I'm using a new team for you guys, so I'm using the the Choice Scarf Rotom-Mow. I got Quagsire, I got Ambipom, Salamence, Metagross, and of course Cobblepot, the Empoleon here. So honestly, I'm a little nervous this battle, true say. You know, I've watched a lot of Haydunn's content. A lot of his team ideas have definitely rubbed off on me, and I greatly appreciate the inspiration, bro. This guy is an amazing battler. He's smart, and he knows the game. So I don't know what he's gonna lead with, but I decide to lead with Rotom-Mow. Right? So the thought process is that, you know, him leading off Ditto is not the worst thing for me. Obviously, if I can win a speed tie here, I could definitely get off a big Will-O-Wisp, and that would definitely benefit me, you know, for the remainder of the battle here. So that's what I'm inclined to do, and that's what I do. I go ahead and I click Will-O-Wisp here, but unfortunately, sucks to suck, you know, I do miss the Will-O-Wisp here. Now he can go out into something that can handle this. So I'm obviously locked in, so I have no choice but to Will-O-Wisp again, but depending on what he goes out into, if he brings in that Typhlosion like I'm thinking he's gonna do, you know, I have to switch out. So that's exactly what he does. He goes ahead and he brings in this Typhlosion, and I cannot let this thing go down yet. I need to keep Sears around because Sears kicks ass, you know, so I decide to let Sears stay around here, and I go out. I think the best Mon to really handle this, like I don't want to go out and Ambipom, he will get capped. Don't want to take unnecessary damage on Metagross or Wonder Woman or anything like that. So I decide to let Cobblepot be the one. You know, Cobblepot is especially defensive, so you know he most likely is gonna go for a fire move, so he does resist it. You know, so I'm hoping, you know, Cobblepot can come in, you know, and now I can start going for big skulls. You know, he really doesn't want that smoke with Cobblepot, so that's what I end up doing. I go out into Cobblepot here, and now, you know, he goes for that big eruption. This does a holy hell of amount. Like, it knocks me down to a little bit under half, and luckily I have that Leftovers bring me up a little bit above it, so I'm very safe saying that I'll probably be able to live the other one. But I'm rocking Ice Beam, so I don't have anything that's gonna really hit this. So my best play is here to see if I can get up these Stealth Rocks. That's gonna be beneficial for me in this battle, is to get those Stealth Rocks up, because if I can, it's just gonna help whittle things down, allow me to get some KOs off on some key mons here. He ends up going out into Tits McGee here, the Venomoth, and that's scary in of itself. But honestly, from this damage, bro, like Empoleon's done what he needed to do. Like, I've got off my Stealth Rocks. I'm really not too afraid if this thing goes down, or if this thing wants to start spreading around. That sleep powder, you know, flap his wings, start spreading some dust in the air, you know. I'm really not too afraid for Cobblepot going down here, so I decide to stay in, and I'm just gonna go for this big, you know, Ice Beam. You know, I could very easily have just roared him out if he started to like set up or anything. That's probably what I would have done, is just try to get him up out of there. But I go for the Ice Beam because I need to get some damage off on this, right? Like, if I can get this to a manageable level, even if Empoleon goes down, I have Mons that are faster, that'll be able to KO this thing, that'll be able to, you know, pretty much put a damper on this. So I'm not too afraid of the Tits McGee, the Venomoth here. I'm inclined to let Cobblepot go down, so that's exactly what I go ahead and do. He's got the Stealth Rocks up. There's nothing else that Haydunn could really could do to this thing. If this thing wants to put me to sleep, that's fine. If you want to set up, that's absolutely fine. I have the priority. As long as I keep Ambipom relatively healthy and in the back, bro, like, I'm really not afraid of a lot of his mons. Ambipom gives me the freedom, especially when using some of these lower tier mons. Ambipom really gives you the freedom to really just come in and click that fake out. So I'm really not afraid of this thing. He's at about half health, and it's getting lowered by the turn because he's rocking that life orb. So now I can really do anything. Like, I could easily just come in with Ambipom here, and, you know, Pimpans comes in the battle, and you really don't want to feel how strong this Pimpan is. So I'm ready to start smacking the shit out of people. So if you want to stay in and lose this, Haydunn, be my guest. But his best play, if he wants to keep this thing, is to get out of here. He doesn't want to take this. So that's exactly what Haydunn does. He does a smart thing, and he gets out of there, and he goes out into Snowball, the Golem. So I know that Fake Out's not gonna really do much of this thing, but here's the thing, right? So I do carry the tech of the low sweep, so I don't know if he's gonna really expect that. The best thing about playing one of my inspirations here is that I know he's gonna bring some funky stuff too. So this thing is all funkied out, pimp hands. You don't know which way he's gonna swing. He could go right, he could go left. I could pretty much do whatever, and I know he's not gonna expect the low sweep, and I could probably if I catch him off guard, take this thing out. So that's what I decided to do. I go for that low sweep just to kind of surprise him here and get off as much damage as possible. And obviously Snowball isn't the fastest mon on his team, so lowering the speed is not too much of a big deal, but at least allows me to at least threaten the kill on him, right? Because I don't think he would be able to live another one. He goes for a Stealth Rock, and obviously I don't want to stay in and take something else here. My biggest threat to Golem here is the Rotom-Mow. I could very easily have gone into Quagsire there, but I'm thinking Rotom-Mow is probably gonna be my best play, because at least I could go off and get a big Leaf Storm or Volt Switch if he decides to go out of here, because he really doesn't want this to go down, right? He probably wants to keep that around just in case I manage to get rocks off. He could probably get them back up or something. So his play would probably be to get out of here. He doesn't want to take this big Leaf Storm on this thing. And honestly, I could try to go for a next level play, but this guy's very good, so I'm really not trying to over predict here. So I'm going for that obvious Leaf Storm. If something else comes in to take this damage, that's fine. I could always switch out into something that can handle it a little bit later. So I'm really not too afraid. He decides to save the Snowball and goes out into Krakatoa, the Typhlosion. Obviously, Typhlosion is weak to those rocks, so he's gonna take them big pointy rocks right in the ass. And I'm gonna hit him with this big Leaf Storm, and look at that damage, bro. This is a resisted hit, bro. Luckily, I get the crit there, but obviously, I'm Scarfed, so I'm gonna go for it again. If he's not Scarfed, I'm gonna be able to beat this thing, and from this range, I'm pretty confident that I'll be able to kill it. So that's what I end up doing. I go out into this big Leaf Storm, and he shows the Scarf, bro. He is flamethrower as hell, right in my face. Easily kills Sears here. So he burns out the engine on Sears. Now, from this range, the world is my oyster, right? Like, I know he's Choice Scarf, so it will be a speed tie with Wonder Woman. And I really don't want to take unnecessary damage on Wonder Woman yet. I think Wonder Woman is going to be very key for me later on. So I really don't want to take any unnecessary damage on it just yet. So I decided to let Pimp Hands come in here, because if anything, I know I'm going to be able to kill him with the priority. He knows that too. So he could just very well just let this thing go down. There's not much he's going to be able to do. So that's exactly what I'm end up doing. I'm going to start smacking the shit out of them things, showing how strong that Pimp Hand is. And that's exactly what I do. I get the critical hit there. I don't think it made any difference because with the Silk Scarf, it's going to do more damage anyway. So I don't think that made any bit of a difference, but I do go ahead and kill that Typhlosion, which is a pretty huge threat to my team. Now, I don't have to really worry too much with Metagross, so I'm in a pretty good position. As long as I keep this Ambipom around, I don't think there's going to be much he's going to be able to do to me. After this Stealth Rock, will he be able to live a low sweep, I don't know if he will be able to live it, so I decided to just go out and get this big U-turn off. I think that's going to be the best thing that I could really do, because I could always bring in another mon that can handle this, bro. Like this thing doesn't want to deal with Metagross. This thing doesn't want to deal with Wonder Woman, so I'm really not too afraid of this. And if he decides to go ahead and Stone Edge like he did before, like Quagsire not going to really, take much from that. So he does do something big here. He loses his temper, and he goes ahead and explodes on me. So just, wow, sizable amount to Quagmire here. Good play on Haydunn. Wasn't really expecting him to go for that move, honestly. I was expecting him to just go for a Stone Edge or something. So he gets a big play off on Quagsire here, and Quagsire's not looking in the best shape here. You know, he hasn't really done much of his shenanigans in this battle, and I don't think he's gonna get a chance to, honestly. He's at a pretty low level of health. I'm having a lot of fun in this battle here, guys, and I really don't know what to do against Haydunn here. So I decide, you know, I'm probably just gonna stay in. If he wants to just take this thing out, that's fine. If he wants to put me to sleep, that's fine. You know, I'm just gonna probably just stay in, click Scald, you know, or recover. You know, if he goes for the setup, I'll at least be able to get my health back. But he goes for that sleep powder and starts spreading that sleep powder around, and that's fine. You know, honestly, if any mon that I have left wants to be asleep, it would be the Quagsire. Now, from this level of health, Quagsire really can't do much for my team, right? Like, the only thing I can really do is let him go down here gracefully and bring something else that's going to be able to deal with this, because from this level of health, Tits McGee is a non-factor, bro. Like, I could very easily just go out here. I should have just let Quagsire go down, but I don't want him to start setting up. So I go out into to Metagross here, and I foolishly, I gotta make a bad play. So I foolishly take this big bug buzz here, and it knocks me down to probably like 35% health. But obviously now I could just get a big bullet punch. It doesn't matter, you know, this thing's not gonna live that. So that's exactly what I go ahead and do. I get this big banded bullet punch off, and I am rocking the choice band on this Metagross. So this thing's gonna hit like a damn truck, bro. You really don't want that smoke with this Metagross. This thing is powerful as hell. You know, even Jolly Nature Metagross under a choice band, bro. Like, that smoke, bro. You don't want that. You don't want any of this. So you got to do something to deal with this. What is Haydunn gonna be able to do to this? I have no idea. But in comes the answer, the Pimp Crow. So he could very easily just kill this thing, right? Like, obviously, I believe he will be faster. Obviously, the bullet punch wouldn't do too much of this thing, so I decide to let Quagsire go down here. You know, obviously, you know, Honchkrow is definitely probably Moxie boosted. So knowing Haydunn, he's definitely gonna rock that Moxie on this. So he goes ahead and gets that Night Slash off, and I'm sure he's expecting to kill, but I live on one because Quagsire is a friggin' beast. He's a legend. He's a dog. So if I could just wake up here and by some miracle be able to outspeed, if he goes for something and misses, that'd be great. But Quagsire does unfortunately go down here, and now the Pimp Crow has got that illustrious Moxie boost, and he's now scary as hell, right? Like, this thing is now a major threat. You know, my best answer to this is Pimp Hands, right? Like, Ambipom is a check to a lot of his mons because it just allows me to just click that move, and I really don't have to worry. You know, probably from this range, maybe a bullet punch kills. Maybe you know, I could go into Wonder Woman and get some damage off, but you know, I don't want to have to deal with that. So I'm gonna go for this Pimp Hands. It's gonna be the battle of the pimps here. Pimp Crow versus Pimp Hands, and we're gonna see who comes out the winner on this one. Obviously, I do take that Stealth Rocks damage, but not too much of a big deal. I mean, I'm really not too afraid just to go ahead and click this fake out here and show you how strong the Pimp Hand really is. I expected the KO, but he doesn't kill, so now what? I make a cheeky play here, right? This is a good play because I know he's probably gonna go for that Sucker Punch. So I go for the T-Wave here, you know, spreading that love because it's the Brooklyn way. So try to get you paralyzed here. There's really not much he can really do. He's probably gonna click it again, so I really could have just gone for the switch on any one of my mons here, but I really didn't want to go out and take some unnecessary damage. So I decide, you know, if he's gonna go down, let him go down. That's fine. Battle of the Pimps, and Pimp Crow wins the battle here today. He goes down to the Life Orb damage, and that's really great for me because now I'm kind of starting seeing that with the mons he has left, I have to play a little bit carefully. Because you know, he has the Ditto, which he's probably been saving for the Salamence and the Shaman. So if I could get lucky here, it's gonna be pretty good. And having that choice band on Metagross is gonna come in real clutch here, and you're gonna see why. So I go out into Metagross here because I know that if he goes out into Ditto, that my Salamence could to deal with this. So that's exactly what he does. He goes out into the Ditto, revealing the imposter on this. So he does get the Choice Scarf Metagross here, so he's gonna be able to outspeed me. But you know, I'm really not afraid of this. You know, I don't really fear, you know, this Metagross at all. I know I can live at least one hit and go for that big EQ. I can go for my Fire Fang. So there's not much he really can do, you know. So I go into Wonder Woman here. Wonder Woman is scary as hell. This thing is rocking the Moxie ability. So once I cap this thing, it's gonna be real scary for the for the Shaman coming in. I could obviously very easily Fire Fang, but Haydunn, you know, judging from this level of health, I know it wouldn't kill. And because he's rocking that Choice Scarf, I know I wouldn't be able to live another one. So I have to really essentially go for the Earthquake here. I don't really have much of a choice. Nothing else, you know, is gonna kill this thing except for Earthquake. You know, the Fire Fang just isn't powerful enough, even with the Moxie boost. I calculated. I don't think it would kill this thing. Obviously, I don't know his spread, but you know, he's probably, you know, max attack, max speed, or you know, definitely max speed, max HP or something, you know. So I don't really know. So I go for the the Earthquake and easily kill this this Metagross here, and out comes the Shaman. Here, true say, I think the battle is over because, you know, all Shaman has to do is click Leaf Storm and hit some moves, or even go for, you know, any other move really, and this thing is gonna be dead, right? Like, I know that I will be able to at least get one hit, but an Earthquake is not gonna do much damage to this, even with the Moxie boost. So that's exactly what I do. I have to get a little bit lucky here, so I go for that Earthquake and, you know, try to get off as much damage as I can, because maybe somehow you know, a banded Metagross will be able to kill it with a Meteor Mash or a Bullet Punch or something. But he goes for the Leaf Storm, you know, and I have to click Earthquake, and he misses the Leaf Storm, so RNG comes back and hits Haydunn here because of that Willow miss in the beginning. So you hate to see it, but I definitely dodged that Leaf Storm and got off a big hit, putting him in range for this Metagross, which I greatly appreciate. Thank you, Wonder Woman, for your sacrifice there. He goes for the Psychic just to cap this thing, and now Metagross comes in and a Bullet Punch from this thing, bro. You're not gonna live this, bro. Like, this thing is banded as hell. You really don't want that smoke with this. I'm gonna be able to go ahead and get this big Bullet Punch off, and that's gonna be the battle for this guy. So I do go ahead and get the W off on Haydunn. I greatly appreciate the battle, man. You have no idea. And I'm definitely gonna link your channel in the description. If you guys haven't done so already, please rate, comment, and subscribe for your boy. It's been the notorious one, H.I.M, and I'm out. Peace.